Hey guys, Shadow here, and in this video I will walk you through my solo fight against Drask. I will advise you on what gear to use for the fight to make it easier for you, talk about his abilities and how to deal with them, as well as share my personal thoughts on the encounter. Please remember to thumbs up this video if you have liked it, found it useful, or you have learned something from it. Comment on it if you have something to say, or give out criticism towards me. Share it as you see fit, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitch for more Dauntless content. Drask is the final behemoth of tier 3 that you will face off against. Despite him being a milestone for transitioning from tier 3 to tier 4, he's not that hard to kill solo. My fight took a bit longer because I decided that it was a good fight to practice and get better with my axe skills, and I also had a quest for it. Given all that, I did manage to kill him in around 10 minutes. Drask is the first shock behemoth that you encounter in the game, and if you have not noticed it before watching this video, then you should know that shock debuff disables your consumables usage, as well as reviving people or any other action which is done by using your E button on the keyboard or the equivalent on your controller. It is not the most deadly debuff in the game, but in potential situations it can be quite dangerous. However, that is for group fights. For solo encounters, you're trying to keep yourself more safe than doing more damage. This means getting hit as little as possible, so technically you should not worry too much about the debuff. Although shock damage applies this debuff, it deals the least amount of damage from all the elemental types. Now, there is no way unless you have been boosted to fight Drask with shock weapons, which in itself will be pointless unless you have endgame gear which outscales him. He has resistance towards shock, if you did not guess it by now, and he has a weakness towards blaze, also known as flame damage. The weakness to blaze makes the weapons from Embermane and Charok the best ones to use against him, although the scribe ones are also an option depending on what bonuses and stats you have gone for. For Drask, I think the fast weapons are preferable over slow ones, but this is the advice is only based on weapon speed and not player skill. Again, if you know your way around your weapon of choice, stick with it and punish him fast and easy. Do not ever take my advice for granted. Remember that at the end of the day, you're the one going solo against him, not me. What I cannot do, you might be able to do a lot better and vice versa. When it comes to choosing armor to fight against Drask, you have only one option, and that is fully upgraded Charok armor. The reason for this is that both Embermane and Scribe armor reduce your shock resistance, while Charok armor does not, and it also has the most raw armor rating from the rest of the options. Regarding his abilities, they are not hard to notice nor to evade. Firstly, I suggest if you are having a hard time with evading his slight lunge ability to destroy his tail in order to reduce the hit radius. I have not checked whether destroying the tail also stops him from doing his tail swipe or if it reduces the radius of that ability also, but I am positive that he starts doing his side stomp after you destroy his tail. The side stomp is also easy to evade and gives you quite a lot of time for slow weapons like axes and hammers to deal damage safely, so I advise it to destroy the tail and enable him to do this ability as quickly as possible. My second advice, like with any other behemoth, would be to be careful when he goes in and out of his enraged state. You can easily tell he is going in when you see the electricity building up around him, and when he goes out he will prepare to do a small stomp with his front leg before doing the final charge. Finally, his lightning blast is the most deadly of all of his abilities and has incredible range. The timing to evade it is pretty small, and you are definitely a dead man if he enrages and hits you with the first shot, since this means the second and the third one will also land on you. And unless you have Protection Lantern from Skarn or an defensive elixir, you are as good as dead. I have not noticed Drask to also have an ether mode like Embermane. It seems like he gets electricity around him when he enrages and not separately. Other than this, his fight is straightforward, just stick with hitting less and being hit less, unlike me in the video. But as I mentioned earlier, I did want to practice and get my axe skill up, so I failed a couple of times. The strategy I would advise you to take is to stay near the side of his body and more towards his back legs, so that you can evade his side lunge and tail swipe more easily. This way, you also reduce the number of times he does his charge, close swipe and also his lightning blast. Try not to stick too far away from Drask, and especially in a straight direction from his head, since this will make him use his lightning blast more often. I would advise you to make him use it when he's enraged, so that you can do more damage to him. Try to stick a medium distance away from him, and the moment he starts charging up, run diagonally towards him. This will give you a chance to get out of the radius so that you can go in and deal damage while he shoots the free blast in the open space. Drask can be killed with all 6 parts of his body destroyed, but it will take a bit more time and precision than Emberman and Scryf. You can destroy his head, his tail and all 4 of his legs. All body parts will drop Drask height, the head has a chance to drop Fractal Eye Tooth, the tail has a chance to drop Electro Scale, and the legs have a chance to drop Jagged Spark Scale. His armor and weapons can both be upgraded to +3, like the rest of the tier 3 Behemoths. The chest and gloves give sharpened stat bonus, while the helmet and leggings give Aetheric Attunement. Sharpened increases your part percent damage by 5% per point. Aetheric Attunement increases your lantern charge by 10% per point. The sword, hammer and axe from Drask give 120% damage against behemoth heads. The warpike and chain blades give 2 points in savagery, which increases damage to wounded parts by 10% per point. Finally, the lantern from Drask gives 50% increased damage for 6 seconds when you click it, and fires a lightning bolt dealing 200 shock damage multiple times to all behemoths it passes through when you hold click it. For this behemoth, you would definitely want to craft his armor when you first kill him and farm him afterwards until you max out the armor. The reason for this is the next behemoth you will be facing is Nyzaga in tier 4. Since Nyzaga is also a shock behemoth, you understand why it is better to farm the armor from Drask rather than the weapon. And trust me, the damage Nyzaga deals compared to Drask is a lot more and you will need the extra resistance. This is everything regarding Drask and his encounter. I hope that everyone has an easy and fast battle with him. I hope you also enjoy the rest of my fight against him. And please remember to thumbs up this video if you have liked it, found it useful or it helped you in some way. Comment on it if you have something to say or give out criticism towards me. Share it as you see fit. And finally, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitch for more Dauntless content.